8 Nigerian employees were locked away in the home of their Chinese couple employer for about 4 months. And when they tried to go out of the home, one Nigerian man, he tried to go out of the home and get water. They decreased his salary. One Nigerian woman, she tried to go out and seek medical attention after falling ill, and they wouldn't open the gate so she can get out. So after getting angry with them, they decided to open the gate so she can go out and seek medical attention. But this is not the first time that the Chinese have been in Africa abusing the Africans. There's been stories of the Chinese in Africa beating their African employees. There's also been stories out of Kenya of the Chinese employers at a factory locking their employees in, and they wouldn't let their employees go out over the threat of, well, over the fear of them catching the coronavirus. And that didn't go well because the African youth, they went to that factory and they burned it down. But, you know, even when the 8 Nigerian employees went to the police station, they didn't give a truthful account of their stories. They decided to change up their stories. I believe some bloggers out of Africa said that the Africans, they don't trust the police, and some say that they wanted to go back to that job because it's very hard to get employed in Africa. There's not many jobs and opportunities. So that's how 2 Chinese employers, a man and a woman, can keep 8 Nigerians locked away into their home for the threat of decreasing their pay and even the threat of losing their job. Because these people, know, from what I hear out of Africa, is that Africans, it's 2 things that they want the most. They want a job so bad and they want an education so bad. And they'll go to great lengths to get a job, and they'll go to great lengths to get an education. But like I said, there's over 10 million Chinese in the continent of Africa. And they're building the infrastructure, they're building highways, they're trying to build railways. But one African country, they canceled a railway that was funded by the Chinese because they said that the loan was a loan that they wouldn't be able to pay off for years. And I'm glad that that happened. But also there's Chinese military bases in Africa, and they're in Africa to protect their interests. So what we see now today is that the Chinese, they're trying to become the new colonizers of Africa, and they're copying the blueprint of the white supremacists so they can be able to colonize Africa. And these brotherhood African governments, they're bought out and they're paid for by the Chinese government. And even many bloggers out of Africa, they say that that Zambia is the first Chinese colony of Africa. But back to this story of these 8 Nigerian employees, because they're not united and because they're impoverished, they can't beat those Chinese, they can't beat their Chinese employers' asses and rob them and take everything valuable out of that damn house. They just let them degrade them and treat them like shit. No. They should have stand up, and they should have been not tolerated that. The first time they locked them in, they should have did something about that. You know, there's something that has to be done about the Chinese in Africa. The Africans, they need to wake up before they return to the days of colonial times, when the white supremacists, when they woke up, when the Africans finally woke up, they found out that they no longer have the land, they just have the Bible. And I believe pretty soon the Africans may wake up and they may find that they no longer have the land. The Chinese have the land. You know, even in Africa, in Nigeria, there was outrage of a newspaper that the Chinese printed in Mandarin. So, you know, the Chinese are trying to have a stakehold of Africa because they know that whoever has Africa, they have the world. Whoever has Africa, they have the world. They will rule the world. So, Black family, tell me what you think about this story in the description box. Peace, family.